Guys, this is Devin here with Hillbilly Networks. Today I wanted to show you how to do a simple speed test with the speed test app you see here on my phone. You can also log on to that by getting on your internet browser on your computer or your tablet, typing in www.speedtest.net. But this app can be downloaded through the Apple Store or the Play Store. Again, just type in speed test and you'll find it. So all we're going to do is open up this app and you're going to click the big button that says go, and it's going to do a download test first. Your download, think of that as most of the things you do on the internet are download. The majority of your data throughput will be from download. So say you're streaming Netflix or Hulu, or you're searching the internet, you're mainly using download for those cases. Upload here, you'll see it's generally a lower speed on your speed test. That's because most providers provide a lower download speed than they do an upload. A lower upload speed than a download speed, because you don't require as much of an upload speed. When you're a business, that does change. If you, say, have a lot of servers off-site that you upload information to, or if you're uploading photos to the web, those are cases where you're using upload. Basically, if you're sending data out of your house or your business, that's where upload comes in. But most of the time, most people are downloading data, whether it's streaming or not. Okay, real quick, up here up top, you've got the download speed is 29.6 megabits per second. Upload is 0.14 megabits per second. Your ping is 58 milliseconds, and your ping is how long it takes that data to get from point A to point B. So that's also very important. A lot of people look at simply the amount of data, which is the 29 and the 0.14, but the ping, being your latency, is very important too. A good example for that is if you're looking at satellite internet and the provider tells you you get 25 megabits per second, but say another provider, a ground provider, would be offering you that same package. The ground provider is going to be a lot faster because they don't have to send that data from a very far point A to point B. The time it takes for that 25 megabits per second to travel from the satellite in the sky all the way down to the ground takes a lot longer than it does through a copper line or a fiber line, especially. When you get into fiber optics, then you're looking at extremely low latency speeds, sometimes 1 or 2 milliseconds, virtually non-existent in many cases if the equipment's configured right. Jitter is something that comes in. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Generally, that's going to come in to play whenever you're dealing with video calls and voice over IP services. Your loss, that 56.4%, generally you're not going to see any loss. The reason why I'm seeing that is because I'm connected to cellular and only have one bar. So that means that a lot of the packets being sent back and forth through the cellular network are failing. They're dropping out because when they're traveling through the air and you've only got one bar, it's attempting to send stuff and it's basically failing to send. It's not reaching its destination, or it's not reaching me, one or the other. And it has to retransmit those packets, and that's where your loss comes in. But again, in most cases, you're going to see where that says 0%. That just goes to show, that kind of shows you what kind of connection you're working with when you've barely got service. That means it's attempting to transmit data over and over, and it's failing, and it's having to retransmit. But that's, again, where the loss comes in. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment, and I'll try to respond back as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.